Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Live from the GBM studios in Belize City, it's Open Your Eyes. Start your morning right with your hosts, Sabrina Daly and Paul Lopez.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Paul Lopez.
And I'm Sabrina Daly.
Excellent. Good morning, Belize, and to those watching abroad as well. It is November 4th, 2025. We are well into the month of November, and I am totally thrilled and delighted to be on set this morning. This is, of course, the month of cultural celebration, specifically celebrating the Garifuna culture, or Garifuna brothers and sisters, and not only their arrival to Belize, but their contribution to the development and of Belize and nation building. I, for one, I have deep roots and ties to the Garifuna culture. My grandfather on my dad's side was a Garifuna man from Honduras. My grandfather on my mother's side, or my mom's dad, is a Garifuna man from deep down south. And so it's
So you could punta?
Yeah, so they did not leave that part with me. I didn't even see any of them punta actually, but I know that that is their root and that is their heritage. And so while the pigmentation is light, because you know the Creole, the Garifuna, things happen in genetics that I certainly can't explain, but I celebrate nonetheless this month with my Garifuna brothers and sisters and a family member even. But how are you doing this morning, Sam?
I'm good. I was just telling you that I'm fresh off the weekend of getting some rest. I was so close to putting up my Christmas tree, but this weekend might not pass. And I do want to give a really quick shout out. I'm not normally the one to do that,
go ahead.
but I can pull out my list. I'm kidding. So over the weekend, I went to do some errands in Ladyville, and we stopped to pick up some food for my aunts. And there was this lovely lady by the junction of Lord's Bank who, when I stopped to buy barbecue from her, she was so amazed. And I always kind of get a little bit awkward about that, because I don't tend to realize that people really do watch the morning show every single day. She recognized me by face, and she spoke of how much she enjoyed watching the show, and she asked me to give her a shout out. And I don't normally do that, as I said, but I have to give a special shout out to Miss Special Rose from Vista Del Mar. She made some delicious barbecue. She recognized me by face, and she even said that she loved watching the morning show. So good morning to you, Miss Rose, and I hope you have a wonderful day today.
Her first name is Special?
No, she just calls herself. Apparently people call her Special Rose because her barbecue is special. So I'm just
like
gonna say Special Rose.
I like it. We could run with that a little bit. Special Sabrina, Special Paul.
Special, we're all special.
Yes. In any event, we have a show for you this morning, and so let's look at our show lineup for today.
Right.
We have 4 conversations scheduled. In our first conversation, it's all about innovating the future of public utilities in Belize. I know that's something you all will be looking forward to. Secondly, we have a conversation about empowering education through the UB Endowment Fund. And third, PACT and APAMO team up for Ranger for a Day. Interesting conversation there. And last but certainly not least, Salvation Army launches their annual Kettle Drive.
That's how
Nothing
you know
rings
Christmas
in
is here.
Christmas like that annual Kettle Drive.
Alrighty, well, we do also have some things that we think you should know before you leave your homes this morning. We call it our 5 in a flash, and these are what you should be looking forward to. Starting off with Education Minister denying claims of unpaid teachers. I know that was certainly a part of the newscast last night, but that piece of information was followed up with the Belize National Teachers Union making a post last night on their social media pages. Perhaps we can mention really briefly about that. But next up is GOB undermining good governance by taking the ombudsman to court. Belize Government Lotteries Limited launches a limited time $1 million jackpot. This is the second annual jackpot, I believe. And I know that last year there were numerous persons who were able to get that 4-digit number correct. And so no one really walked away with $1 million, but they definitely walked away with some money. Also, massive airport lines amid U.S. government shutdown, and Louvre robbers arrested, yet jewels are still missing. Now, this one comes all the way from Paris.
Yeah, I've been watching that one pretty closely. It's scenes made for movies.
Yeah,
for sure. But perhaps we could start with the fact that the education minister essentially denies claims of unpaid teachers. So what we know is that the president of the union took to social media earlier this week, if not last week, late last week, to call out what she's been receiving by way of complaints, or to make public what she's been receiving by way of complaints from teachers. Many teachers, not the majority as she rightly pointed out, but many teachers are complaining, one, that they're not getting their pay on time, and some not getting their pay any at all, month of August, September,
I believe up
October.
to 4 months.
Right, some up to 4 months, right. So we're going from July.
Yeah.
And then also raising or highlighting the fact that some teachers are seeing miscellaneous deductions from their pay. Why? That's one of my problems, because I don't know what I'm supposed to get paid, and then bam, money just to get deducted. First thing I did, I blame the bank. Then afterwards, when the bank said, I know me, they try to figure out that what. So they were definitely, she voiced those concerns, and right to do so, to make it public. So then, just so that the teachers know that their president or their leader is not only listening to their concern, but voicing it, so that others are aware. So yesterday, when we caught up with the Minister of Education, we asked him about the concerns about teachers not being paid, and about the miscellaneous deductions. And essentially, he addressed the deductions. In his comments, I didn't hear him speak about the non-payment or those reports. And what I heard him say was that teachers in late last year weren't receiving their allowances on time, whether it's hardship allowances or different sort of allowances that is due to them. So an agreement was made for those allowances to come by way of an advance.
Right.
Right? That's what I understand him to say. And I'm no expert in the field of education sector, finance, and how the funds work, and all that is entailed in terms of all that teachers receive. But the simple man could understand what he's saying. They received an advance. Well, last night, what we heard from Nadia Callis, the president, is a response to that, saying that she was unaware that such an agreement or such a discussion was had about an advance being given to teachers last year.
Instead, there was requests for incremental pays.
Right. And so there seems to be a great deal of miscommunication. I boil it down to that, essentially. A great deal of miscommunication between the minister and what his executive team is telling him, and between the minister, his executive team, and the Belize National Teachers Union. But I think it's something that needs to be worked out post-haste, because if it's one thing you don't do is touch a union's money, or touch the money or the pay or the salary for a union member, because that's when they really get riled up. That's there, and then corruption is the next one, right? So there's tiers to it, and touching their salaries is on top of that tier for sure.
I think what was interesting out of that recent live from the president of the BNTU last night was she posed a question essentially asking if these are deductions based on advancements that was given to them last year. Did they ever get their incremental pay that they were asking for? And if they didn't, do they need to go back to the drawing table? Will we see potentially another demonstration take place? Because it sounds almost like it was a warning.
Yeah, for sure. And so it's one of those things we have to definitely keep a close eye on, because at the end of the day, teachers deserve to get their pay. That is without a doubt. But we've been having these sort of issues time and time again, these concerns and these complaints, and over the years there've been acceptance that the system needs to be overhauled in many ways, but we seem to be dragging our feet where that is concerned, just overhauling the system, the payment system, and the way teachers receive their compensation for several different things, where sometimes it's just stalled, there's bottlenecks in the system, there are certain bureaucracies that and loops and hoops that they have to go through to ensure that they're fully compensated in a manner that is consistent and doesn't have these, or they don't have to face these types of hurdles, if you would. And so we've been talking about it time and time again, and because it appears as if we haven't addressed it full on, this overhaul that even from administrations past to this administration, we still face some of these issues year in and year out. And so I think that's the bigger issue here. When do we really get serious about fixing this system that essentially ensures that teachers are compensated fairly and in a timely manner every single time their pay is due?
Well, speaking of fixing issues and facing all of this, there's also another interesting story coming out of our newscast last night. And this follows a FOIA request made by activist Jeremy Enriquez that was later, for the lack of a better word, denied and then shared to the ombudsman to also get support from. Well, the latest update is that that is also being appealed, and the question is GOB taking the ombudsman to court?
Well, it's not a question about whether they're taking the ombudsman to court. It's clear that the government, at least through the AG ministry, has declared that they're seeking to appeal this thing, right? And so you get into litigation, you start to get into legal debates about whether or not the AG should release this information, whether or not the ombudsman have the authority, whether or not it's going to create some sort of vulnerabilities or fractures in the way the AG ministry carries out its business and its duties where seeking services, legal services are concerned, right? So that's a whole legal debate and arguments that I'm sure is going to take place, because there's already official documents to that end. So that's going to take place. I think the bigger question here is whether or not the PUP Briceño administration is going against its commitment to good governance, right? Because they essentially campaigned on a platform of good governance.
Right.
It was timely in essence, because if you remember correctly, the then UDP administration, the former administration, there were a lot of speculations around corruption, around all of these allegations and speculations that really made them unpopular in the eyes of the public, the former administration that is. And so when an administration campaigns, specifically the Brazilian administration campaign on good governance, for many people it was an eye-opener. It was a breath of fresh air. Here is a party that's finally speaking the people's language. Yes, we want to see the file. Yes, we want to see the documents. Yes, show the information. Open the books. Just like when the son want to do it, just like with the demand for that past administration, they don't do. When the son want to do it, we are voting in. And so people rallied behind that as a part of the cause for the People's United Party, and they got into government. They're serving their second term. And here comes an issue now that has the unions raising their eyebrows and questioning whether the Brazilian administration is really serious about the good governance, the platform that it essentially campaigned and lobbied to get the people's vote for. Because they're asking, why is it that it's so hard, especially the NTUCB, and I found their statement to be to resonate, to be truly powerful, essentially asking, why is it that it is so hard to tell people how their tax money is being spent on seeking legal services from whatever company, whatever law firm? In this case, it's the case it's a constitutional case where the voters, where the redistricting and the constituencies are concerned, right? And so what we heard from Ms. Ella Waite, the president of the NTUCB, saying yesterday was that if these funds that are paid to these lawyers and these law firms come from the Consolidated Revenue Fund, essentially our money, taxpayers' money, why is it so hard to show us how our monies are being spent? And so that is the argument that the NTUCB is making. We hear now the KHMH Workers Union coming out and making a similar statement, saying they stand in support of Mr. Jerry Enriquez. I think the minister also said something yesterday.
I was trying to look for his statement, because I believe, and I don't want to misquote him, but I believe he essentially denied the government taking the ombudsman to court, and really expressed that this was the process that they can appeal. But just as you said, as you opened this point of conversation, it's not necessarily about if the government is taking the ombudsman to court. It's about whether this is an exercise of good governance, when this office is there in place to hold the government accountable. And so that's why when persons like Jeremy Enriquez or any other public service worker or any citizen really has some type of concern about resources, or some type of concern about the way that the public service or the service of the people or of the government is being carried out, they can go to an office like the ombudsman.
So I found what the minister
I was
said.
looking for that comment.
And so what the minister said is essentially, I think that the way the media has characterized this is inaccurate, right? So
yes.
This is his personal view on it, or his take on it. The ombudsman has made a decision according to the Ombudsman Act, which decision is to tell the AG, hey, release the information, even if it is in a redacted form. And what minister is saying is, if the decision is one that is not agreed to, you can appeal it at a lower court, as a lower court appeal. So I think he's saying, when we think lower courts, we're talking magistrates court. So I get that he's saying that they'll appeal it at the lower court. At least that's what I gather from it.
That's what the Act says.
That is what the Act says. So this is really just an appeal of the decision made. But where you going to make the appeal?
The court.
Not enough court? So how you know they carry them? Anyways, again, they always go find ways to make things sound the same.
It's not taking the ombudsman to court.
It's appealing his decision, that the court, to make sure that it is done in accordance with the law. And so essentially he's saying this is just a part of the dispute resolution process. But all in all of this for just say we don't want to release the information.
Right.
We will stand by the position we make the first time when we denied the information to Jeremy Enriquez. And so we don't want to release it. Even if the ombudsman come and say release it, and that one of the oversight bodies in a Belize, even if he say release it, we're going right back. But this time we can't just tell he no, we have to carry it to court. But at the end of the day, we don't want to release the information. Right? So I expect that we'll hear from different unions as well, and there's more unions.
And I think this will be an example of if the people can really have trust or have faith in an office like the Ombudsman or in the work of the Ombudsman, because there are people who have come forward and said that they're not completely certain that, you know, the Ombudsman's work is effective.
No, that's true.
And we have had him on the couch several times before speaking about his work and the weight that it has. He has expressed that there's been several concerns brought about by citizens and it has been addressed, but there's also a healthy amount of people that have expressed not necessarily having faith in that
So when you
office.
finally say like the Ombudsman do something where they're like, yeah, at least it is because it's very public, and then now you see this, I think the Ombudsman scores points here in this regard.
All right.
Final topic.
Final topic of discussion, and perhaps we can leave this one on a lighter note. The GOB, the government of Belize, is launching another opportunity for you to be a millionaire. That's, of course, if you're the only one who secures that 4-digit combo, because the BGLL is launching their limited time $1 million jackpot. I believe this took place last year around the same time. It was kind of like the Christmas gift from the government to one lucky or lucky winners. And this time around again it's coming. Interestingly though, you only have a short time period, I believe, to secure those digits, and then I believe the number will be drawn closer to the end of December. But that jackpot, I think, what would you call it? The tickets you can start purchasing as early as this month, and then after that, as I mentioned, the drawing date will be later on in December. But all proceeds go to charity.
Is that what it says? All proceeds go
Well, that's what I read last night. All proceeds go to charity. We're not sure exactly what charitable organization has been selected as yet, but there are some questions about that as well.
Yeah, it's certainly an exciting time for Belizeans, especially those who participate in buying lottery on a weekly basis, many people on a daily basis. The tickets are $5, correct? Last year, 14 people won. That's what was announced, and so that $1 million, I think it was tax-free, was divided amongst 14 people. My only question or my only concern is who were those 14 people, but you have to, and I know that's kind of pushing it to ask their identities, but where is the evidence that 14 people actually won? And I'm not trying to criticize this thing.
You think 14 people never win?
I think 14 people win, but in the same way when you got like mega bingo winners and you got these huge jackpot winners, usually you can wali something, wali ceremony or wali a nice ceremony, wali interview organized between those who establish the lottery or those who run the thing and the winners, where you get to do an interview, or at least for the sake of transparency, provide some images, not revealing the identity of the winners, but just so that we know for sure that this $1 million thing, that may actually 14 people win it. But you know what? I'm a journalist, so I look at things with a grain of skepticism, as much as I'm excited about it and about the fact that this will pump much needed finances into the economy, put a lot of money into the hands of the pockets of Belizeans. even during the Christmas season, which is a time that we all love to celebrate and, of course, spend.
Absolutely. And I do want to also say, just to make a correction, it's all profits go to a charitable or charitable
So after they
organizations
make back the money.
selected by the board. Yeah, so I imagine after expenses and whatnot, whatever's left over will be donated to charitable organizations decided upon by the board.
Good.
We have not been aware what those organizations will be, and so we'll also be looking at that as well. But that does it for some of the things we think you should know before you leave your homes this morning. If you have any thoughts on either of the topics mentioned, let us know in the comment section what you think. And if you think there's also something we should be discussing, also let us know. But moving things along, we have a weather update for you, and it's been quite chilly, Paul. It's been nippy, and I think it's very fitting for the time of the year. I know a lot of us have been enjoying the cold front, and so we're going to get that official update from the folks at the National Meteorological Service in regards to what you can expect throughout the rest of the week.
Excellent. So here is today's forecast. According to the forecast for today, it's going to be variable cloudy skies today. All right, first time I said that one there, but yeah, cloudy skies is going to be variable today. Tonight's skies will be cloudy at times. Showers will be little to none during the morning hours. Then by afternoon and nighttime, you can expect a few light showers or the chance for isolated to thunderstorms to develop mainly over shore and along the coastal areas. Just take time to breathe all that in. It's a lot of information, but it's very important, so lock in on that. Today's temperatures along the coast is going to be 84 degrees Fahrenheit and 73 on the lower end. Inland, 87 degrees Fahrenheit and 66 Fahrenheit on the lower end. And then in the hills, 77 degrees and 62. I like that we're staying below 90 in terms of temperatures inland and across the country. That's excellent for a lot of people. Extended forecast. On Wednesday, we're looking at 84 degrees along the coast and 87 inland. Thursday, 85 along the coast and 88 inland. So we're kind of starting to inch upwards towards hotter days. On Friday, 87 along the coast and 89 inland. Then on Saturday, we get back into the 90s, 90 degrees inland and 87 along the coast. And our astronomical forecast, the sun rose this morning at 5:52 a.m. You can already see the sun shining outside, and it's going to set later on at 5:19 p.m. and then the moon is going to rise later on at 5:36 p.m. and then the moon sets at 5:52 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then the marine conditions, the sea state is going to be light today. The wind is going to blow from north-northwest at 5 to 10 knots. And then the tides, today's high is at 9:12 a.m. and then a low at 2:40 p.m. and then another high, at 8:32 p.m. That's later on tonight. And then a low tomorrow at 3:46 a.m. That's early in the morning. And that's your eye on the weather for this morning, courtesy our friends over at the National Meteorological Service of Belize.
All right, thank you, Paul, for that weather update. As we take a quick break now, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll be joined by PACT and APAMO teaming up for Ranger for a Day.
Postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with smart supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
The future is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
Safety is a cornerstone of peace of mind. And for a long time, the Belize National Fire Service has been doing our best to help ensure the safety of the Belizean public. We see that there is more we can do. This is why we have embarked on certifying firefighters to also be able to provide emergency medical services to the communities that we have been proudly serving. This means that we can now assist with both fire and medical emergencies with efficient time. We went even further and created the 990 Communication Center, an emergency dispatcher service developed for quick responses to fires, accidents, and health calls. This service is already presently available for the Cairo region. Just dial 990 and the first question you will be asked is, 990, what is the address of your emergency? You see, if we don't know where you are, we can't get you the help you need. Stay on the line and continue to answer the questions of the dispatcher. They will use the Beacon app developed by Digi to give real-time updates to emergency responders as they approach the situation and will be prepared to serve you. The Belize National Fire Service, the U.S. Embassy of Belize, and Belize Heroes have partnered to make this 990 Emergency Communication Center available. We ask for the public to partner with us and call 990 for emergencies. You are help until help arrives.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. This is our first conversation this morning. And as we mentioned, we are joined by representatives of PACT and APAMO, and they are here to talk about them teaming up for Ranger for a Day. We are joined by Janelle Mencias. She is the Communications and Marketing Manager representing the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, also known as PACT. And she's also joined by Alyssa Roches. She's Program Director for the Association of Protected Areas Management Organizations, also known as APAMO. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure.
Well, let's get an overview of the work that PACT and APAMO does, and then perhaps we can dive into what this collaboration has looked like, leading to Ranger for a Day. Perhaps we can begin with you, Janelle.
Sure. So the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PACT, I always share when we go out at our events, is a conservation trust fund. We are not the people on the ground, but we support and we fund the work of the people on the ground, much of whom APAMO represent, right? We make sure that they are able to do the work that they have been given oversight for, which is protecting our precious sites or protected areas. And so APAMO is just one of our partners, and we have this exciting partnership that Alyssa will share a bit more about.
All right. Well, let's get an overview of APAMO. As Janelle mentioned, you are the people on the ground, but speak more specifically into the work that you guys do.
So APAMO, for those who do not know, is the Association of Protected Areas Management Organizations. We are the largest conservation umbrella organization. We currently have 18 member organizations, and they are the people that are on the ground on a daily basis responsible for the management of these protected areas, as well as providing sustainable livelihood for the communities that are surrounding the protected areas. Our vision is basically to effectively and sustainably manage protected areas across Belize for the benefit of all Belizeans. And so everything we do is rooted in this vision. So our capacity building, our advocacy, even building and strengthening collaboration is focused and rooted within our vision. And so one of the main reasons we're here today is to speak about the partnership that we currently have with PACT. Now, APAMO, we have been working with PACT for many years. However, in 2019 was when we first formalized that agreement. And then earlier this year in February, we actually renewed and strengthened that partnership and collaboration through the signing of a strategic partnership framework agreement. And so our focus today is basically to focus on one component, which is the co-marketing campaign that we are collaborating with PACT. And underneath this campaign, we have several components. Actually, 4 components. One being the face of conservation, which, like Ms. Mencia says, these are the people that are on the ground. We're focusing on our park rangers, highlighting them, letting people know who these people are, what they are responsible for, and for us to have a greater appreciation for them, because they are on the front line. They are the ones that are responsible for the day-to-day management of the protected areas that we all know and we all love. Another component is what we call the Then and Now series, and we are focusing on the evolution of these protected areas. The Then and Now, it basically focuses on where the protected areas were and what they look like now, and we use it as a motivation as to where we want to go, because we're not finished. We have a lot more work that we want to do, that we want to accomplish, and so we use this Then and Now as a motivation for where we want to be. Another component is the
One Park, One Story. So that basically brings together those 2 aspects, which is the face of conservation and the Then and Now series, into a video highlight. And so we will focus on 5 partners for that that have been selected by APAMO. And that's really to build visibility for the parks, to make sure there's greater awareness of the work that they do. Like Alyssa has rightly said, if you've ever been on the ground with a ranger, you know that that is noble work. It's hard work. And so it is imperative for us as organizations that support them to make sure that they get the kind of visibility and awareness that they need. A lot of us visit the parks that they so boldly protect, and I say boldly because I've been out there and it's a hike. You have to be in rain, you have to be in the sun hot, so it's really a tough job, and so it's important to see what they do. And so that brings me to why we're here, which is to talk about the Ranger for a Day experience, and this one targets specifically children and youth. We're looking at having the participation of children in standards 4 to 6, and then first and second form. And what we really want to do is give them an experience of what it is to be a ranger, what the day in the life of a ranger is like, and how can they get this opportunity. We have currently an essay competition, so we're asking them to get off the devices or stay on the device, but write to us, and tell us 3 things. Why you'd want to be a ranger for the day, what inspires you about nature, and how do you see yourself contributing to environmental stewardship. Just 500 words. You submit that to us, and you basically get a chance to be one of the 6 students that will be selected for this experience. We think it's exciting, it's different, and it also gives us the opportunity to start nurturing our future conservation leaders, We can't wait for tomorrow to do that. So we think this is an exciting space to do that, and we'll be partnering with the Mayflower Bokawina National Park to do that. Alyssa can tell you a little bit more about perhaps what they can expect once they're on the ground.
We actually just did a highlight reel on that last week.
So it's quite fitting that we're here now and talking about that.
So like Ms. Mencias mentioned, they will be visiting the Mayflower Bokawina National Park, which is co-managed by the Mayflower Bokawina Environmental and Development Group. The experience will basically be following or shadowing a ranger, doing exactly what it is they do for an entire day. Of course, they will be receiving their small token for their participation.
I mean, after all, they are working.
It will be a full day's work.
Okay.
Of course, with the guidance from rangers, we will have 3 rangers on the ground for the selected students, and they will be there getting the hands-on experience of what it's like to be a ranger for a day.
What is it like to be a ranger?
Well, I mean, just from my experience on the ground, I'm gonna go back to one of my first experiences with PACT, which was at the Monkey Bay Wildlife Sanctuary, and it was one of my first trips. I was in a canoe. We got soaked in rain. We were going through red mud and basically soaked the entire time, and we couldn't stop because we had to be out there and get our jobs done. And I think that was eye-opening, because these are what men and women are out there doing every day, and that's to safeguard our natural heritage. And that's why I keep saying it's a noble job, and really and truly you need to be on the ground to fully appreciate what it is they do. And I mean, that's one of the smaller parks. You go into one of the bigger areas like the Chicky Bull with the FCD. That is a challenge by itself, right? And so there's a lot of great work happening from rangers, and we're hoping that through this experience that the children are really inspired to and go out on the ground, share this with their friends, with their parents, and also that it encourages them to go out, you know, get off the devices, go out in the field, and enjoy the blessings that we have in nature, right?
Yeah, so just on that point, why is it important to bridge this communication gap, if you would, between what happens on the park, what happens with the rangers, and what the public understands happen? Because showing their faces, highlighting their faces, highlighting the stories of the park is communication. It's getting that information out to the general public who may live in urban space. And all I think about are my AC and fuel in my vehicle, and ensure that my street not a pothole. But there's these people hundreds of miles away in a jungle protecting it. Why is that important, bridging that gap?
If I could add one thing, and then I'll hand over to Alyssa. I think you brought up a really good point, which is that there is a disconnect, right? A lot of trees were cut down in the Chicky Bowl, as an example. Why do I care? Because I'm still breathing good air.
And we have a lot more trees.
Yes, and there are a lot more trees around me. But really and truly, those are our lungs in Belize, right? And that's how we're building that connection. You might be here, but this space is ensuring that you have clean air. It's your source of clean water. It's livelihoods for people, right? The wood that we get for our homes, all kinds of things, right? So while you might not be in it every day, it's important to build that connection, right? I go back to something that somebody said at a session I went to. We might think that the issues of climate change and all that will affect us 100 years from now, but no, it's affecting us today. And conservation and our efforts in conservation are really what helps us to fight against the impacts of climate change, right? But I'm sure Alyssa can share from the perspective of our CBOs, right? Why this is important.
One of the things that we promote with the protected areas, in particular CBOs, it's wellness. We want to basically connect people with nature, and like Ms. Mencia says, get them away from the technology, become one with nature. We have a lot of activities that can be done within the protected area that makes you one with your environment. You can go camping and enjoy all that nature has to offer, rather than just be on the devices on a everyday basis. And that is just one example of what it is you can do. But one of the main things is just to promote that wellness and being one with nature, appreciating what it is providing for us on a daily basis, and appreciating the people that are there protecting what within the protected areas.
I think when you talk about providing for us, I think about the simple water coming from our tap and how we don't connect it to a source somewhere far in the jungle. We just turn on the tap, but the moment that tap stops running water, we start to question, all right, where the water gone or what's happening? And a lot of time you could point right back to what's happening or why the water contaminated, for example. You could point right back to what's happening in the forest or watersheds and those things being contaminated. But like you said, there's oftentimes this disconnect. So I could see where this helps to bridge that communication.
Communication it's very important. We want the people to know, for example, Bailey Bacadere National Park, it provides water, clean water for several communities. In fact, 3 of the buffering communities, that's where they get their water supplies, and the park rangers within the protected area are responsible for doing the water quality testing.
Wow.
They do the collection as well as the testing to ensure that the water that is being provided to the communities are clean, healthy water for them to drink. So the park rangers, again, they play an important role in the day-to-day management of the protected areas, because in addition to just clearing trails, like I said, they're doing the water quality testing, they're at the ticket booth ensuring that that is being done as well. So they are fully rounded. They are participating in the entire management of these protected areas. They're the people on the ground, and that's why we want to show our appreciation and let the children know that being a ranger, like Ms. Menzies mentioned, it's a noble job, and we want people to be more involved in the work that we're doing within the protected areas.
I love that you gave that additional information on some of the testing that these rangers carry out, because as I asked you earlier, Janelle, I want to know what a ranger does, because I envision them as taking these hikes and going around and showing people who are interested in learning more about these protected areas. But that's really as far as my knowledge goes. And I imagine for many other people tuning in as well.
I should add to last year when we had those unprecedented fires, a lot of those same community-based organizations were on the front line fighting. And so it goes back to, yes, we saw it on the news, we were affected by the smoke, but there were people on the front lines, some of them unprepared for it, but they were there protecting not just the natural environment, but homes, right? People during that time. So they do very noble work, important work. And so we really hope that children jump onto this opportunity. We hope that parents encourage them. The applications close. We've extended, by the way. They close next week, Wednesday, November 12th. They have until midnight to submit. And like I said, 500 words. You write to us. You just have to tell us 3 key things, and you have an opportunity to enjoy this experience with us.
What do they win again, or what is the prize, if you would?
The experience is the
to be a ranger at the Mayflower Bokawina. What do you do as a ranger at the Mayflower Bokawina National Park?
In addition to the park maintenance, ensuring that the trails are clear, easy access, the water quality monitoring, that's one of the things that they do as well. They also do ecological testing, bird count, they do bird survey. They also put out camera traps, for example, so that's to monitor the larger mammals within the protected area. These are some of the testing that they do to monitor the wildlife within the protected area, as well as the water quality and the general upkeep of the park. So those are some of the activities the children will be engaging in while they are experiencing the ranger for a day.
In terms of the other parts of the project, they highlighting the rangers and the parks, will that be done in sort of like a video format? Where and when can we expect that type of content as well?
Well, we started in July of this year putting out flyers. These are available on our social media pages. So we have flyers, and then we will be doing the media visibility, which is basically a wrapping up of all the protected areas that will be involved, which includes the Mayflower Bokawina National Park, the Bailey Bacadere National Park, Elihia Panty National Park, Five Blues Lake National Park, as well as Billy Bacadere National Park.
All right, good, excellent.
All right.
So we will be doing the media visibility to wrap up everything, and everything will be available on both our social media pages as well as our member organization pages.
Excellent. Remind us again on how we can submit our essays.
Okay, so all the information is available on both APAMO's and PACT's pages. That's on Instagram and also on Facebook. It's also available on PACT's website. There is a form that you need to complete as a part of the package, and that's where you include your submission. The deadline, again, is next week, Wednesday, November 12th, 500 words. You tell us why you'd like to be a ranger for the day, what inspires you about nature, and how you feel you can contribute to environmental stewardship. It's open to standards 4 through 6 and first and second formers.
Excellent. All right. Well, ladies, before we take a quick break, I want to include you both in this morning's motivational moment. And our motivational quote comes from Brain Tracy. And it goes like this: move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. Does that feel like it aligns with anything?
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I saw Miss Roches walking up and down the halls this morning, very nervous.
Very
but
fitting.
You
Very
did
fitting.
quite an excellent job.
You
Thank you
did.
so much for
I
joining
had no
us.
idea.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you,
us
ladies.
as
Thank
well.
you so much. I appreciate it.
And we wish you guys all the best. At this time, we take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have more for you on Open Your Eyes.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
GBM is turning the spotlight home. All Belizean, all day, every day. We're bringing to you more local and regional programs than ever before. Relive the classics you love. Plus, enjoy brand new stories that celebrates who we are, our people, our pride, our Belize. So whether you're at home, in the office, or on the go, keep GBM on, because now more than ever, Belize is on TV.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you never been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker,
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
where do you know?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know the more you open and close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool.
Uh-huh.
For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only to wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Introducing BB Insurance. Built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned with us. This conversation is all about innovating the future of public utilities in Belize, and we're having this conversation in line with Energy Month, and there'll be some interesting ways you can participate in innovation where energy is concerned in Belize, and we'll hear all about it from the director at the Energy Unit in the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy and Logistics, Mr. Ryan Cobb. Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a pleasure having you on set this morning. So talk to us a bit about Energy Month. I know every month we have a celebration and awareness, and Energy Month falls as a part of one of those things, but perhaps less known to a lot of Belizeans.
Sure. November within CARICOM is observed as Energy Month.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Belize, we celebrated with a month-long calendar of activities. Calendar of activities that includes driving up awareness to the general public, schools, culminating in our business and expo fair that we'll be having on the 14th. And also some fun activities such as cycling races and fun races as well.
Okay, well, let's look at what we mean when we say energy, right? I have a 10, 11-month-old daughter, and I say she got a lot of energy, but I sure don't know the energy we're going to talk about. What do we mean?
So whenever we talk about energy, the first thing that comes to every person's mind is electricity.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
But we are looking at energy in all forms. So we're
Okay.
looking at energy in the form of the wood and charcoal you use in your fire stoves, the gas that you use in your stoves, or the gasoline that's used in your vehicles. So we look at the entirety of it as an ecosystem and plan for it and to see how it best serves the country.
Okay. So when we're talking about bridging the information gap so that people understand the work that you are doing and the importance of it, you said that first you're going to host an expo, correct? Talk
That
to
is
us
correct.
about that expo.
So the expo is on November the 14th, where we'll inviting the general public and schools to participate. It'll be held here in Belize City at the Caribbean Motors showroom. We will have various panel discussions on energy efficiency, sustainable mobility, which includes personal electric vehicles and electric buses, and also the use of renewables in our electricity grid.
What's one of the important lessons that we can all learn and apply where energy efficiency is concerned?
When energy efficiency is concerned, everybody talks about equipment, such as I should change out my lights to LEDs, buy a new refrigerator. All of those things, yes, are important, but most importantly, it's about behavior. Turning off a switch when you leave the room, unplugging your phone charger when you're no longer charging your phone. A lot of people don't know that when a device is plugged in but not turned on, they still use electricity.
Right. Yeah. I want to take a step back really quickly, Mr. Cobb, and look at what the ministry is doing in its entirety in disseminating and educating the public on the work that you guys focus on with energy. As you rightly mentioned in the start of the conversation, if you throw out energy to the general public, we immediately think of electricity. We think of power outages. We think of the fact that there's a concern of how Belize may potentially own its entire energy source. We think of the reliance we have currently on CFE. But when we look at the ministry's work that is being done, how would you describe your work in terms of energy to share with the public?
Sure. So the ministry is in charge of basically policy and planning and strategic thinking for the government. how the government is supposed to move in the future. So for example, we have an overarching goal that by 2030, we're supposed to be 75% of renewable energies on the electricity grid. So we need to plan, okay, then how do we achieve this in conjunction with private stakeholders, with our national utility, and also implementing programs such as the microgrid programs, which are looking at electrifying villages that cannot be connected to the national grid.
So you said the goal is 75%. What percentage are we at currently in 2025?
In 2025, we are, okay, I'll say in 2024 because that is the last audit that we just did.
Okay.
We always do the audit of last year, the year that we're currently in.
Okay.
So we just released our 2024 energy report, and we're currently hovering at about 48% of renewable energy. And that's because we had a bad year.
Okay.
On a good year, we're at about 60% renewable energy.
Excellent. So you talked about energy efficiency. I just wanted to quickly top in another on another topic that's for the expo, and that's the e-mobility, right?
Yes.
Why is there this emergence or push for a move towards e-mobility in Belize?
The plain answer is costs. To be quite honest with you, a lot of people are primary movers of e-mobility because of the sustainability, because of less pollution. But for me, it should be driven by cost. That's the point where we should then adopt technologies in Belize. It's when it's affordable, when it's compared to its traditional, such as internal combustion engines, is at least on par with them. So right now, electric mobility, electric vehicles, your personal electric vehicles and electric buses, when they're talking about the lifetime cycle of that asset, right now is cheaper than your traditional technology.
How do we make it more affordable, or do you foresee it becoming more affordable so it's more accessible to the wider public?
We're definitely trying to make it more affordable. What many people might not know is that 2 weeks ago, there was a cabinet mandate that brought down that the importation of electric vehicles is now down to 10%. That's a dramatic, dramatic change.
Yeah, because the ordinary combustion engine vehicles, I think it's all the way up. The percentage is huge, right?
It goes anywhere between 40 to 60%.
Exactly.
And we're not talking about your GST and your environmental tax. We're talking about your import duties. So reducing that to 10%, it's now going to be one of the most affordable vehicles to import into the country.
I love
So that's for e-mobility. We've also seen examples, and I remember the last time we had this conversation about Energy Month. I think the topic of the time was solar energy. Everyone wanted to go solar at some point, especially for their homes. They wanted to conserve on energy and save money as well. How feasible is that as a plan of action for persons trying to conserve on energy and go solar for their homes?
When it comes to individual households, the technology is there. It's definitely feasible from a technology standpoint, where you put your solar on the rooftops and you can install batteries and you can be completely disconnected from the grid. But also we have enabled a mechanism where you can have just the solar panels on your roof, and any excess you actually sell into the grid now. So you sell that to BL.
Oh.
Yes.
So can you expand on that a bit more? Because I'm certain there are people who their ears might be perching up after hearing that they can sell energy to the Belize Electricity Limited.
Yes. So whenever you're designing a solar system for your home, you design it to cover what's called the peak load of your household.
Okay.
You design it in a way that you're supposed to be able to consume what you're producing throughout the day. And of course, at night, you'll still be reliant on the BL grid. So what you'll have to do now is you register that system with the Public Utilities Commission. And once you've registered it, then it also gets registered with BL, which now puts you in a different pricing mechanism where now you can sell excess energy into the grid. Of course, there has to be changes such as the meter in front of your house you change that to a new upgraded meter so that it can now register how the electricity flows.
Yeah. All right, so we've talked a bit about the expo that's taking place, but I understand that there's also a competition that you're engaging high school students in, and it involves sargassum. Tell us.
Yes, so we are launching our school competitions this month. It will include the basic directions of, we want to know how can we transform sargassum, which has become a plague in this nation on all coastal communities. How can we transform that into an energy source? And that energy source can be any type of energy source. Can be energy source such as turning it into liquid fuels, gaseous fuels for cooking, or even solid fuels for burning. I mean, we've heard of cases where certain countries are turning them into bricks for house building. Within the Caribbean, I think they've turned it into a liquid fuel so as to run a vehicle. So there are a lot of innovative ideas, and we'd like to hear them.
Yeah. So how will the competition work in terms of application, and do you have details as to what will be expected of the kids?
Yes, we'll expect them to basically write out what's called a project proposal. We don't expect them to go out and execute the technology, of course.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
But it's to do project proposals and submit them to the ministry. We will be coming out with those instructions later this week. So look out at our Facebook and on our webpage for those instructions. And we are also reaching out to the Ministry of Education to disseminate this to all schools as well.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, I mean, because we're speaking innovation here, and of course we're asking that from young minds, but I'm also thinking of technology. How has technology shaped the services coming out of the public utilities?
When it comes to technology, the biggest shift has definitely been right now in generation. For example, we say we're trying to move to solar, but it's not just solar anymore. It's now coupling solar with batteries. So we're looking at installing batteries that will complement solar and also provide electricity when there's cloud coverage or there's a reduction from even say our partners at CFE right now. When it comes to your lighting, for example, we're in this beautiful studio where not more than I would say 3 to 5 years ago we'd have had these bright lights, but also would have felt the heat off of them.
Very true.
Right now we're not feeling that heat anymore because the technology has improved and has become so much more efficient.
Yeah, so I want to go back just quickly to the kids, because when you engage their minds, I would imagine you expect a level of innovation and creativity tapped into unlike never before. What are you looking forward to from this competition?
We're looking forward to creating that spark. So apart from just the school competitions, we'll have different stakeholder engagements and talks and presentations at schools as well. So we will be traveling the country and speaking with these schools and looking at that spark to see it's not just rising that interest in energy, but rising that interest in STEM overall.
Yeah.
And speaking about energy, you'll also have cyclists burning energy on the road with a cycling competition. Tell us about that.
Yes, so at the end of the month, we will have a cycling race. This is a cycling race we'll be holding in the Cayo area. We'll be having lots of station prizes and grand prizes. It's a race that we're also doing in conjunction, or at least in consultation with the Cycling Association of Belize. So it will be a very proper cycling race, and with the prizes that we're looking at, we're seeing that it should be quite competitive.
All right. Well, what are some of the prizes that we can anticipate?
There'll be cash prizes, primarily in the order of $1,000, $2,000 for the winners, and other station prizes that we're still accumulating right now.
And the prizes for the high school competition?
Those are also in the order of those same denominations, a bit more broken down, because we want to have different categories. For example, high school and tertiary education as well.
Okay. So remind us again of the nature of the competition from the schools in regards to the energy sources coming from sargassum. How do you go about taking part in that competition?
We will be setting out the distinct rules on how you're supposed to set up these different project proposals. Of course, the ministry will also assist in the development of these proposals. Once you develop them, you'll write them in and send them to our email at info@energy.gov.bz, where we'll be then evaluating these different proposals as well.
From your position as the director of the energy unit, what's the future of energy in Belize? What does that look like?
The future in energy in Belize looks bright. One where we're looking at a combination of having reliable, sustainable, and affordable energy. That's both in electricity and other fuels as well.
All right. Well, I know that people will be expecting activities throughout the course of the month from the public utilities. You mentioned that there's going to be a cycling competition, whereas Paul said people will be burning energy. You also mentioned that there's going to be a competition for students to show some innovation. And then, of course, there's an expo as well, or an exposition set to take place. Can people still get involved in the expo?
Yes.
Is it an
Yes,
invite only? Do you have to pay for a booth? How does that work?
No, they can reach out to our ministry, call our landline, or write to info@energy.gov.bz and show your interest. And if we have the availability of space, of course, we'll offer that free of cost. At the expo, we will be making a grand announcement as well, the initiation of another project. Project in line with other projects that we've done of microgrids, where we've been electrifying communities.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, Mr. Cobb, this has been a wonderful conversation. As we wrap up, I'll ask if you have any final thoughts you'd like to share with our viewers, perhaps your message for Energy Month on how persons tuning in can also do their part from their individual levels.
Sure. We invite everybody to our Energy Expo and to keep in touch at our Facebook page, where we'll be announcing various competitions, prizes, and ways of them to participate, not just in Energy Month, but on improving their energy use in their households.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, we take a quick break now, but don't go anywhere. The next conversation is empowering education through the UB Endowment Fund.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
GBM is turning the spotlight home. All Belizean, all day, every day. We're bringing to you more local and regional programs than ever before. Relive the classics you love. Plus, enjoy brand new stories that celebrates who we are. Our people, our pride, our Belize. So whether you're at home, in the office, or on the go, keep GBM on, because now more than ever, Belize is on TV.
My name is Leomar Langzert, and I'm a teacher, and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer, with these online that Belize Bank offered, is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
All right, welcome back. This is our third conversation, and we are joined by representatives of the University of Belize. Joining us is Egbert Irvin. He's the Director of Institutional Advancement, and he's also joined by James Ramos. He's a Marketing and Communications Representative. And as I mentioned, they are both coming from the University of Belize, here to talk about their endowment fund. Good morning, gentlemen.
Pleasure.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, well, let's get straight into it. There is an event or an initiative set to take place. It's an opportunity to give aspiring students a chance to continue their education over at the University of Belize. And this is the reason behind the Endowment Fund.
Right.
Let's expand on that. Is this the first time we're having something like this?
Oh, no way. Good morning once again, and thanks very much for having us. No, the University of Belize established its endowment fund many years ago.
Okay.
And various presidents have had different activities depending on their style and their preferences and things of that sort to raise funds in order for at the president's discretion to use for the benefit of students and the university as a whole. And so for the past 3 years, we've had the Garifuna Collective as a signature event, as a concert, as a signature event regarding, fundraising for that endowment fund.
Right.
And so this year, again, we're pleased to have them. And James will speak a little bit more on the performance and that side of things. But this is just one opportunity for persons to contribute to the endowment fund. The University of Belize has additional opportunities or ways, options that to support students. Individuals have direct support. So, if you want to provide a scholarship, sponsorship, so an individual that you might know privately, I'm sure that occurs and that's taking place. However, if you want to officially contribute to the university, you can also visit our webpage, the Institution Advancement landing page in particular, and there's a donate button, and there's a form that you can indicate where exactly you would like your funds to be directed.
Yeah.
So you can say, I would like to start a scholarship fund in the name of my grandmother, or for a particular institution, or maybe for a profession, or you would just like to contribute to the fund, generally.
Yeah.
You have some extra funds available sitting around, and you would like to contribute meaningfully to the development of the university, and of course, ultimately for students.
Is it common that we see people donating to the institution just, in kind of maybe honoring someone in the past, or just wanting to ensure that someone else gets an opportunity to get an education?
I wouldn't use the word common, but it does.
It does happen?
It does happen. And so Mr. Ian Cottrell, for example, had contributed substantially to the university, and again, indicating where exactly he would like the scholarships to go. He has his past, Mr. Gian Gandhi, of course. He left some funds to the university as well. So we've named a building after him. We have an annual Gian Gandhi lecture. And so we have had benefactors who have contributed to the university on specific programs. We do have some specific scholarships as well in the name of individuals who've decided. We have in nursing, we have in agriculture, so we do have a few of those. And so we just like to encourage others if they feel the need and they would like to contribute, especially those who have benefited from the University of Belize or its legacy institutions and feel the need to give back, then there are opportunities to do so.
So essentially the endowment fund is financial source to support students.
Yes, yes. So the university has several revenue streams. We get about 40% of our revenue from the government of Belize, and of course we're thankful for that support. We are the national university. The remainder, a significant portion, comes of course from our students who pay their fees and their tuition and things of that sort. And of course, you know, we work for them, so we're thankful for that. We have some opportunities where we're able to build businesses or consultancies and things of that sort as well. So a small sliver of our revenues do come from there as well. And then of course we have the endowment fund, where we have these sort of activities such as this concert happening this Saturday, where we're able to raise funds. So the endowment fund is the president's endowment fund.
Yeah.
And he uses that to support student needs, to ensure that the environment and the amenities are in place, and to make the environment as comfortable as we possibly can under the circumstances, of course, and the constraints that exist with any institution. And so revenue and funding is an important part of the operations at the university. And so this particular fund, however, offers the opportunity for us to be able to do a little bit more and to be able to assist in many different ways in which, you know, oftentimes we don't see.
Yeah.
Just to further, before we move into the event, to further highlight the importance of this fund, I would imagine you have seen how this has directly impacted the students on campus.
100%. And oftentimes this go unsaid. You know what I mean? This go unsaid. So students in need, you wouldn't necessarily want to make, you know, call the marketing guys and
let's take pictures.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, that's not the approach. The approach is to be able to assist those, you know, really need. Oftentimes, I can't say oftentimes, but there are times when students might find them. It might not necessarily be just on the school side, but might be on the personal side, and so that allows for some support and assistance there, and just the general, you know, amenities, trying to make life as conducive and provide an environment that's welcoming and comfortable for our students. So it's also used to fill those little gaps.
All right. Well, we have Mr. Ramos here with us to talk about the event set to take place this Saturday, and of course it will be a feature of the Garifuna Collective again, and you know that's already excellent, so you want to go just for that. But tell us about what this year's Endowment Fund concert will be looking like.
Yes. So for sure, thanks for having me, by the way. As we were saying, you know, it's the President Endowment Fund, and it's also, you know, apart from being something that contributes to the students and so on, it's also going to be an experience that you're going to have. You know, there are far and few times that the Garifuna Collective does perform.
Yeah.
And of course, we're also featuring Nuwani Martinez and the Bugatti Boys. Nuwani Martinez being the son of Aurelio Martinez. So I was just talking to him just earlier. I was making the connection of how we have two performers or groups that are pretty much keeping the legacy alive in terms of, you know, the real culture and of the Garifuna music. Because I mean, of course, as you may know, the Garifuna Collective was founded by Andy Palacios, so they're, you know, pushing his legacy, and also
and they're
Nuwani,
world renowned at this point.
Right, and also Nuwani, who is, you know, trying to keep his dad's legacy alive by performing these songs and so on. And so
then there's a connection between Andy and
Aurelio.
Right. So it's a right. It's definitely a great blend, but of course it's gonna be a concert that you definitely don't want to miss. I believe that, you know, it's definitely, as I said, it's an experience, and apart from it being, you know, something that is a worthy cause, you would like to also experience this event. So of course, just to kind of get this out there, you can find the tickets. We have the tickets available if you want the physical tickets here, there at the UB campus in Beaumont. And of course, for folks that might want it easily accessible, you can also find it on QuickPass, which is, you know, the online app. So you can also find it on there. The gates open at 8 p.m. And of course, I want to mention that, of course, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsors as well. You know? We have our sponsors being Travelers Liquors, BTB, the Belize Tourism Board, and PACT as well.
So,
and Boyne, sorry.
So where will the concert be taking place?
This would be at the UB Gymnasium there in Belmont Pan as well.
Oh, in Belmont Pan. All right, so this Saturday. And what are the costs of the ticket or price of the tickets?
So we have 2 tier of tickets, the general being $75, and then we have the VIP being $150.
Well, we do want to inform persons tuning in right now on Facebook that we have 2 complimentary tickets to give away. So I hope you are paying close attention because we will be asking some questions by random selection to persons tuning in, and the first person to answer correctly in the comment section, you get to walk away with 1 ticket, and I guess we're going to ask a second question, and then another person gets a ticket. We don't want to give all of them away.
What was the experience like at the last 2 concerts? Did any of you attend?
No, I wasn't there last year, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a Garifuna collective. We know what to expect.
It was. I've been for the past 3 years at various concerts. I need to work.
So you work?
Yeah, I work.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I enjoy myself. Of course. I'm originally from Dangriga, so I mean, culture beats in my heart. So yes, no, it has been great. It provides an opportunity for clean, mature fun, and so I've seen families. I've seen groups of individuals who work together. So companies, they could buy 10, 15 tickets and distribute to their employees. So it could act as a means of motivating, a little reward, for your hardworking staff. So we've seen it mushroom into something bigger than what it originally was, and so I think it has become a kind of signature event that people are looking forward to in the Belmopan area in particular.
Do you guys have a certain goal in terms of a certain amount of money that you want to raise this year through the fund?
A lot.
The more the merrier?
The more the merrier, yes, of course. But in the past we've raised about 15,000, so I think that should be what we could expect as our floor. But of course the ceiling is always something that we look forward to, trying to keep that number well above that.
James, what does the different tickets get you? So the 75 versus the 150.
Okay, so the general admission is basically entrance. You get to meanwhile the VIP, you get preferential seating, you get I believe it does come with complimentary food and drinks and so on, so you do get the little more perks of and of course with the general you also can purchase food or drinks, but just with the VIP would be included.
Who are you inviting to come out? Who's this event for?
Well, everyone, families, anyone who sees the importance of education, of course, that would just enjoy a nice event, nice clean fun. I've seen lacking events in Belmopan which are of this capacity, so I do believe that it's something that anyone can come out and enjoy.
That's so true. All right, so we want to give away the 2 tickets?
Yeah, we do have 2 questions to ask, gentlemen, so I hope that you have a question in mind.
Yeah. Well, this one wasn't even mentioned, but the University of Belize celebrates its 25th anniversary this year.
Okay.
And so we would like to know the day, the date, and the year in which the university, I kind of give late there, but the date,
the year.
Come on, do a quick Google search.
And then you get
do some calculations.
You get yourself a general ticket for that. So the date, the date, and the year.
Of the UB's
funding. All right.
All right. Second question.
Ask a question about the concert.
About the concert, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess. Let's do this one for the sponsors. Anyone who could name the sponsors, I guess.
That's smart. He knows how to please
You have There's a reason why he's
experience in this. All right, so we're asking, the first question is the founding date, so year, month, day, and that should also tell you how long they've been around. And then, of course, the second question is to list the sponsors, so all of them, right? And you did mention them all.
4 of them, yeah.
All righty, and you get to walk away with 2 or 1 general ticket of the President's Endowment Fund for the University of Belize. Gentlemen, before we leave with you guys, I want to include you in a little bit of a challenge, a cultural challenge. Okay. And we have our cultural phrase of the day. I want you guys to kind of decode what this is, okay? So this morning's cultural phrase of the day, and perhaps it's a bit of an easy one. Cover at a book, not tell the story. What does that mean? cover of the book not tell the story.
Translation.
Yeah, what you see is not always what you get.
Exactly.
All right. The translation is the cover of the book does not tell the story. And what do you think it means, James?
Well, that appearance is not everything.
Okay, so appearance
Just
is
to
not
kind of
everything.
recap.
Mr. Irving, what do you think?
Yeah, no, that there might be something deeper than what you see on the surface. So dig a little deeper. Don't take for granted what you see at first glance.
Have you guys ever judged a book by its cover?
Of course.
For sure.
I judge literal books by its cover. I will not buy an ugly book. But indeed, it means do not pass judgment before becoming familiar or personally knowing. All right?
Love that.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
We appreciate the time you took to come and inform us, and of course our viewers as well, on this impactful event supporting education in Belize.
And of course,
we'll also be looking out
for the winners
Yes.
of the tickets. We'll look out for them on the Facebook, and then we'll announce them, of course, by the end of the show.
All right.
Okay,
Great.
sounds good.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yes, thanks for having us. And we look forward to coming back on the couch. We have several exciting things happening at university, so hopefully within
Please come back.
a week or two we'll be
I
here.
sounded nervous. It wasn't that I was nervous. It's just cold in here.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, guys. I've been squeezing myself all morning. But he was a little bit nervous too, I think. We'll take a quick break now. And when we come back, our last conversation this morning is all about ringing the bell to bring in Christmas Salvation Army style. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
No Wi-Fi.
You might want to sing it note for note, don't worry.
Yo, bro,
be happy.
Excuse me, class.
In every life we
Bro, I
have
have smart
some
Kettle, that's what
trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy.
Wherever the coastal road takes you, don't worry, be happy. Smart has you covered. Smart, bringing people together.
We at Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
The future is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa. And for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us. We kind of changed the setting a little bit. This is a one-on-one conversation, and this is all about the Salvation Army's launch of their annual Kettle Drive. And we have joining us to discuss that is District Officer at the Salvation Army, Belize, Major Mark Eddie Montplaisir. I hope I got that last name correct. Major, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sorry if I butchered your last name.
You did good.
I did good. Thank you for that. Yeah. So it's a pleasure having you on set this morning. How are you doing?
Once again, good morning, and thanks for having me. As you said it, my name is Mark Eddie Montplaisir, and the title is Major, you know.
Okay.
But we are all brothers. So I am so excited, as you do, to be here to launch the Salvation Army Kettle for 2025.
Talk a bit about the excitement around the launch annually. What's it like over there?
Well, you know, whenever you come to this time, you know, we think about Christmas, and our red kettle become a legacy for the Salvation Army across the world. Mm-hmm. So whenever you come and we say, wow, by the time people hear the ring, and you say, oh, this is Christmas, this is Salvation Army. So we are so excited because it's a part where we think about others, because Christmas, for us in the Salvation Army, it's all about others. Make somebody happy, make somebody enjoy, especially those who are less fortunate to think that, well, my parents not going to give me a gift, but they know Salvation Army will provide.
How do you go about preparing for the launch of this event?
Well, this event, you know, sometimes, you know, you can have a little headache, you know, especially thinking to get a guest or to get some people to come along so that when we are launching the kettle, they will be there, you know, even though people are so busy. However, we know we always get ourselves together because we know people are waiting to see Salvation Army out there. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to just go out there and drop the pot somewhere, but we do our official opening, and where we welcome everybody to join Salvation Army doing from November until December, you know, so that people can see, yes, we are out there, and Christmas is all around the door.
So my understanding is that the drive will launch November 7th, correct?
Yes.
So where do you get the volunteers from? The volunteers are from here in Belize?
Yes. All our volunteers are from Belize. They are here, and you know, they are so willing to go out there because it's a fellowship. I remember last year, one of them tell me, Major, didn't you know I see some people coming from abroad? They are tourists, and they saw me. They come to take picture with me. They say, I am a Salvationist. I am a Salvationist, and they even share something to me. I mean, in terms of umbrella. I say, I feel so happy. I say, that is Army. We are about 134 countries, so you will see people come in, and they know Salvation Army very well.
Yeah, because for them, for these people that stand behind the kettles and ensure that they're visible, I would imagine for them that this is also service to their community.
Service, because, you know, put it that way. I know some people maybe don't fully see the benefit of it. It's something that helps you to socialize with other people and bring communities together, because imagine yourself, we have different communities and we have different volunteers from different communities, and we bring them together, have a meeting with them, say, okay, we are going to start and this particular time, date, and this and that, and you know, and they are acknowledge each other. I am this, I am so and so, coming from this, you know, and you bring service to the community and bring love and bring what we call it, help us to tie together, you know. This is service.
So we launch next week on, well, November 7th. This week?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, sorry, the date scans. Today is the 4th, so we're looking at...
That will be Friday.
Friday we launch. Okay, and where will we be seeing these kettles this year?
Well, this year, as we launch our kettle, we have the possibility to have it at the battlefield. However, the places that the pot will be the red kettle, we have so many, if I call some, Bodies and the Publix and Mirab, Angelos Press, Golden Bay, and Tourist Village. Some of the places, we are trying to get in, and we are looking for a positive answer. So we will be there. That's why we are calling upon everybody. Whenever you see a red pot, please drop something. Every little gift counts, and we value every little gift.
This is primarily in Belize City.
In Belize.
You don't have it anywhere else in the country?
Usually, we used to have it at Belmopan, and people used to call me. But what really happened sometimes with the volunteer, and to go out there is not really easy.
Yeah.
But we are open for anyone that willing.
Maybe from Belmopan.
Belmopan. So we will be there for them because we have enough pot to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about what you've observed about the giving spirit of Belizeans when they see the kettle. Do you find that Belizeans are open to giving to the Salvation Army drive?
Without a doubt, I would say yes. Because when I look at it, because many times, you go out there, you see the people when they are giving, oh, this is Salvation Army. Yeah. And especially the kids. And mommy, see the kettle, give me something. And see, mommy have to find something, give the kid and to job. And I said, that is our way of teaching the children how to give. Yeah. And, they are so excited about it. And we have even family sometimes who call us, Major, I have my child who is still at school. He want to be volunteer. Could you allow? I said, no problem. As long as it's well planned, we don't have a problem. So the spirit of giving in Belize is great.
Yeah, and I find that the spirit of giving increases during the Christmas season. And so what the Salvation Army is doing, from my view, is creating an opportunity to exercise that spirit that is existing at that time.
Exactly. Because, I love to say to people, what is all about giving? Giving, is to see others.
Yeah.
Because if we take the history of Jesus Christ, God gave us Jesus Christ. So that tells us he forget himself and he gave it to us. It's the same thing too. We in the Salvation Army, as William Booth, our founder, said, always see others. So the fact that we know that on our own, we cannot do it alone. Yeah. So we call other people, please, whatever you have, when it's small, call upon us, and your money will usefully use to help others to have a little smile.
Yeah, and also when you're out there doing your shopping, whether you're grocery shopping or shopping for gifts, I think giving back helps to balance for you what Christmas really means.
It's all about. Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not only about what you can get and what you can buy for yourselves, but being able to give back then helps to balance the meaning of Christmas in your home and in your family. And like you said, it teaches the kids about giving. Now, talk a bit about what the funds that are collected goes to during Christmas specifically, or it is funds for the rest of the year.
Okay, when any funds that raised from Christmas is going to be used right here in Belize. And we have a series of events, okay? Now, for the 4th of December will be our Christmas dinner for children. And where we have sometimes more than 7,000 to 8,000 children from different schools. Because what we do is send letters to different schools for them to select children they think that maybe they are more less fortunate, so to send it to us. And at the parish hall, Holy Redeemer, we meet there. So we sit down with them, we sing some songs, we make them feel comfortable, and we have some other places as well. We call upon like Grace Kennedy, the Chinese Jet, and some other people who join us and sing for the children, let them feel that you are valuable, you are the leaders for tomorrow. And we eat with them, and we give them some toys, and they really enjoy it.
Okay.
And that is one. not only we have what we call annual Christmas dinner, we will buy vouchers for the elderly.
Wow.
Yes, even though it's a hard one, because you know what I mean, how many elderly people are looking for a voucher just to go to the supermarket to buy some groceries, you know. But thank be to God, hope still marches on. So we are planning to have some vouchers, and a part of the vouchers, we will cook to go to the shelters where we sit down with those men, we eat with them, we share cake with them, and we give them a Christmas dinner, Belize Christmas dinner, and where they will feel so happy, and we will buy some stuff for them, like basic thing, you know, and they will enjoy it. And that don't really just stay right here. We go to some other communities like Mascal or the places Joyville, Artiville, we send stuff there to share to the people.
I appreciate how you all seek to reach almost every demographic in society. It's not only the kids,
everybody.
It's everybody.
Because look at it, it's a system, put it that way. The children are important, the elderly are important, you know, everybody plays a part, you know.
Now, what does Christmas mean for the Salvation Army?
Well, in the Salvation Army, first of all, let me tell you, Christmas is all about giving. But the term giving, where it's coming from, it comes from God. God gave us Jesus Christ first as our model. Okay, now, when we see somebody sad, we in the Salvation Army will be sad as well. Because we love to see people happy, enjoy. I remember last year I said that, you know, in the Salvation Army, there is a big word, joy. This joy in the Salvation Army, we believe the first letter is for Jesus, the second letter is for others, and the last one is you. If you are happy, others are sad, it doesn't make sense. So we want to see others feel happy, and we feel happy.
So is that the overall goal of your giving, to spread joy?
Yeah, spread joy, love, and compassion to other people. Because sometimes we sympathize with people, but we are not, the empathy is just far. We need people to understand, not only to see the needs, but make them feel that by action, we do something for them.
Is there a goal you're trying to reach this year, a financial goal?
Well, last year we had a goal. Unfortunately, we could not make it, but this year we have the same goal, is to see how we can raise at least 100,000 Belizean dollars. Yeah. And we strongly believe with the Belize people, business people, and other partners, stakeholders, we will make it.
Excellent. Major, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure that our newsroom will be out there on Friday for the launch. We're always there when it launches, and so I don't think Friday will be an exception. What's your final words or final thoughts?
Well, my final words is that I will invite everybody to join us. Salvation Army is here. You know, it belongs to everybody. So wherever you see a red pot, Kettle, please drop something. Don't say that you have it too small. Whatever you give will help a little one, and it will make somebody smile. Hope marches on.
Excellent. Nothing is too small when it comes to the Salvation Army's Kettle Drive. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap this show up. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Tonight, back.
20 please. Card the 4 and turn that back way.
Right, 20.
Play a fine chilling there. Say that the rate. I know baby play 1, 2, and 3. I want to try call it quick now.
Bolito just got easy. Now you can play your lucky rake with DigiWallet. Register and cash in to get started. Download the Bolito app and set DigiWallet as your pay and payout method.
Bolito win.
Get in it.
GBM is turning the spotlight home. All Belizean, all day, every day. We're bringing to you more local and regional programs than ever before. Relive the classics you love. Plus, enjoy brand new stories that celebrates who we are, our people, our pride, are Belize. So whether you're at home, in the office, or on the go, keep GBM on, because now more than ever, Belize is on TV.
Remember, not all light bulbs are created equal. Our lighting department offers a wide assortment of light fixtures and accessories to suit your style. So stop in today and get the right illumination for your homecation. And don't forget your B-Box when you make a purchase. Benny's, quality and savings.
Are you passionate about your community? Got a nose for the news? Greater Belize Media is expanding. And we want you. We're calling on correspondents in every municipality across Belize to join our dynamic newsroom. Share the stories that matter. Be the voice of your own. Step up. Speak out. Join Greater Belize Media, where your story begins.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with smart supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking with us. It's been a wonderful morning, and we've had some great discussions today, Paul. I'm really grateful for everyone who came and joined us to talk about their various initiatives, especially closing off with Salvation Army and them signaling Christmas here in Belize and across the world, really. I always look forward to seeing that kettlebell at various storefronts. I know I've seen it at Brody's, at Save You, at Marab, where really it feels like Christmas over there. And I encourage you guys to donate, even if it's only the change that you get whenever you get your receipt from the cashier. Give something, because there are people who are in need and who are really not able to celebrate Christmas the way that you might be as well.
Did we end up getting the winners for those? All right, so we have one
great
winner.
Question. We do have one winner, and that was the answer for what question, producer?
The sponsors.
Okay, so we got a person answering the sponsors, but at this time the question is still open for the date or the age of the University of Belize. So we're asking for the year and for the month and date as well. And that's a quick Google search, guys. Let's
all right,
let's
so that's for that. Quick Google search, but we have the winner for the sponsors question, and that's Miss Bonita Bon.
Bonita Bon.
Bonita. All right, so you just won yourself a general pass for the UB's Endowment Fund concert, which the Garifuna Collective is headlining alongside Nuani Martinez this weekend in Melbourne. All right, and then we also have a winner for the second question that had to do with
giving the
date,
the age of the University of Belize, and that winner is Andrea Tillett. Thank you very much, Andrea. You can reach out to both of you can reach out to our social media page and figure out how you can get your tickets. I believe they are asking that you receive it in Belmopan.
So likely if you're really going to the concert, then you go and you give them your name at the door. But you can reach out to us. We'll help you figure out the details and ensure that you get the tickets, or that if you're giving it to a friend or family member, that process is smooth. We'll take care of that for you. Speaking about culture though, Sabrina, just quickly, I saw a conversation spark last night. I have a question for you.
Okay.
I don't make hudut, right? Because we
Neither.
are going after hudut
Yeah.
this month. When
Even if you don't normally eat it, yeah.
Even if you don't normally eat it, but I don't make it. You say you don't make it. All right. How much are you willing to pay? For a plate of hudun? And we'll go through this quick exercise quickly. But I ask that because it seems as if people are concerned about the price of a plate of hudun these days. I think it's increasing as the years pass, and I'm a bit concerned as to how much is too much when it comes to paying for a plate of hudun.
I don't know, because you guys might call me bougie.
Okay, well, let's hear it then, because maybe our perspectives are completely on two different sides of the spectrum.
So the most I've paid for soup, because I love soup, is $19.
Okay.
Not bad, right? So I don't think I'll go anything above $20 for my hudut. And
You
it has
think-
to include everything in it.
So you think hudut, you think $20 is an acceptable price?
The most. Like,
All
that's
right.
excessive.
And it got a full lash.
You have to have everything in there and some messages for I care home.
What are the three?
It has to
major
have fish in it. I don't think that pigtail belong in it, but for $20 I need the whole whop. Everything have to be in it. You have to be a boil up with soup at that point.
Okay.
And so that's what I
Everything.
believe. But I do know that there are places you can get it. Well, I believe it used to be like $10, right? I don't know that that's the price anymore.
So I've seen where it went from
and if you get
$10
a hope on the side, that's the way I need.
for 20.
For 20.
I think it's a bit excessive. But I've seen where the price has gone from $10
to like
last
15.
year. It was hovering around 15, and some people were hinting at 17. But this year, based on what I've observed so far, the average price of a plate of hudut is anywhere between $15 and $20 now.
Yeah, I
so
figured.
it's increasing, right? So when you think about that average, you're thinking that this is the price we would hint at this year, and next year that might become the base for the average.
Yeah,
so
it's
we might
tough.
look at $20 to $25.
Yeah,
And
the minute it goes above 20, I'm sorry, we have to make hudut home.
yeah, well,
Somebody
that's
have
the
to
thing,
figure it
right?
out.
Because for people that don't make hudut but want it, we go through, we have to buy, we purchase it, right? So it's just an interesting conversation.
What's the most you'd pay for it?
Well, this year I'm paying $20
Okay,
because
see?
I've already
Told
put
you.
in my order, and that's
I had
what
chimola for
got
19,
me.
and that chimola was amazing.
But last year I paid $15, but this year I'm paying $20.
Okay.
The only thing finally what might throw me off on a little bit that if I pay $20 and you still get the same amount or less, right?
Okay.
I feel like I need a little bit more for $20. but
All right. Well,
inflation,
you might
I
get
guess.
your sahau on the side, but
Who knows?
let's get your thoughts on that, because it is the month of culture, and I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to celebrating your 19th holiday in whatever fashion you normally do. But over here, we do like to celebrate with a nice sahau or some hudut as well. But as we wrap things up, we want to say if anyone's celebrating a birthday today, November 4th, happy birthday to you. And if you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com.
You can also catch us live on Facebook every weekday morning at Open Your Eyes. BC.
As well as Instagram for behind the scenes contents. That's OIE Belize. You can even text us or call us on our OIE phone number. That's 675-2555. But please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes.
And start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Tuesday, Belize. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and SMART, bringing people together.